The most famous soft drink in the world tastes exactly the same anywhere on the planet. It is the best-selling drink in the world, but there was a time when the last way to get a Coca-Cola was in the 14 hours. The secret formula of Coca-Cola was invented by an Atlanta pharmacist, John Pemberton, in 1886. It includes vanilla, sugar, lemon juice, and cola nut extract. It was the first cola flower drink in the world. The employee mixed the drink in the front of the customers and the serve. Pemberton died 2 years after creating his secret formula without knowing the great success he would have. Shortly before he died, he sold the secret formula to the Campbell businessman, and he got the first license to the bottled Coca-Colas. Coca-Cola in bottles became such a resounding success that they soon got imiters. The solution, the Coca-Cola imiters, arrived in 1916 with the creation of a unique and patent packaging as the contour bottle. There are also variants manufactured by the same company.
Coke or Zero Coke. Most people like the bubbles and sweet taste a carbonated drink. The large amount of sugar they contain need carbonation of compost. Since the effervescence products an acid taste, the combination of sweet and sour is a flavor that we like a lot, and it's great to drink and is widely marketed. Is created by dissolving as much carbon dioxide as possible in the drink. When the mark was created from beginning, this was done by cooling the water and adding the dioxide to create bubbles. Today is done by cooling the water to almost freezing. It is pouring a stream of carbon dioxide at high pressure. The high pressure allows carbon dioxide dissolve faster in water at a cool temperature. Once we have the cool liquid together with the dissolved carbon dioxide, it is transferred to a bottle and closed. When we open the soft drink, what happens is the dioxide carbon in the dissolved under high pressure. Now in an escape machine, and it beginning by forming a small amount of carbonate acid along with the carbon dioxide.
Bubbles in soda have a fun reputation and they are the perfect ingredient to liven up a party. 1,600 million times a day, someone consumes a Coca-Cola product, and to satisfy world demand, they have more than 900 factories around the world. It all starts with a secret formula. Coca-Cola ships that secret formula to hundreds of bottling factories around the world. The production volume is gigantic and the speed is astonishing. To ensure that Coca-Cola products almost all parts of the planet, state-of-the-art factories are needed. The volume of business generated by the industry of this drink is $670 billion a year, and the most important company in this industry is the Coca-Cola Company, very present throughout the world, and it's found in more than 200 countries, and the beverage that is sold the most is the Coca-Cola. Around 800 million of these drinks are consumed per day around the world, despite that the company itself produces the main ingredient.
Coca-Cola concentrate. The Coca-Cola formula may be the best kept secret in the history of American commerce. The first step in the production of Coca-Cola is to mix the ingredients. They are made with ingredients that come from nature, from different types of plants and vegetables. The different flavors come from the mixture of sugar and edulcorants, lemon and vanilla. One of the ingredients that Coca-Cola contains is coffee, which is considered a meal stimulant. Coca-Cola ships its secret concentrate to more than 900 bottled plants around the world. In this Louisiana factory, you work 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. You can create and purchase 4.5 million units a day. The first step in bottle is to transform the concentrate into a drink by diluting it in water and adding a sweetener and carbonation. Almost 500,000 liters of Coca-Cola will come out of this concentrate. Each bottle adds the main ingredient, water. 9% of this drink is water.
The 90% of this drink is water, and the water tastes different depending on where it comes from. This plant uses the water from the ground of the areas. In the plant, they sterilize the water and submit to the filtering process. The objective of the process is to make the water as neutral as possible, and it is also necessary to make sure that it does not carry any previous flavor or odors. Coca-Cola also makes addition of the second main ingredient, which is the sweetener in their bottling plants. Most of the world, the sweetener is sugar, but in the United States, high fructose corn syrup is used. They use the sweetener because it is more easily acquired in the United States market. It is also cheaper than sugar. They concentrate with sweetener and water in the 19,000 liters tank to create a syrup with a sweet percentage of more than 50%. In the bottling line, they dilute this syrup by 5.5 times more water and add CO2 through a closed system to carbonate the drink, and now Coca-Cola can be introduced into the containers, but it is produced in another factory.
"70% of the bottle is silicone scent, another 10% is obtained with materials such as sodium carbonate. The oven works with natural gas and burns at almost 1550 degrees. They take a lot of time and energy to reach the desired temperature. The molten glass falls through the furnace to the next floor. Workers have to make various adjustments as gallons of molten glass fall out of them. Then they cut it into travel shapes, but in a perfect mold, a very low pressure air nozzle, and place the glass in the mold so that the glass doesn't stick. The molds need to be lubricated with graphite. They are cooled and they are ready for a bottle to fill the Coca-Cola. The label is placed a simple label with glue and ready to leave the factory. The final step is to distribute the drink around the world. Our process have advances considerable in the last century.